You're listening to the audio production of The Startup Goldmine, How to Tap the Hidden Innovation Agendas of Large Companies to Fund and Grow Your Business, by Neil Soni, published by HarperCollins Leadership, and read by Stu Gray. Please note that you may download an accompanying PDF that provides enhanced materials for this audiobook. To download the PDF, please visit harpercollinsleadership.com/Startup Goldmine PDF.
Forward. Being a founder of a startup is exciting. You have a lot of impact and control over things, including the team you build, the product you create, and the processes for your new business. However, there are many aspects of a startup that can be mystifying, especially to first-time founders. I covered one of these areas, financing your company, in my book, Venture Deals, Be Smarter Than Your Lawyer and Venture Capitalist. Recently, as large, established companies have recognized the importance of innovation, the relationship between startups and large companies has become more prevalent. While large companies are often acquiring startups to build innovative vectors in their business, these large companies are also investing in and partnering with startups to develop new areas of growth. Through this activity, large companies are increasingly looking to startups to fill gaps in their innovation pipelines. From the perspective of a large company, this makes complete sense. Predicting which new technologies will catch on is a game better played by entrepreneurs and venture capitalists. Instead of trying to make bets on technology developed in-house, large companies are waiting to see what is gaining traction before making a play. The fact that large companies are increasingly looking to work with startups is a blessing and a curse. On one hand, large companies have many things startups want: credibility, distribution, customers, resources, and cash. These elements are some of the missing pieces in the startup puzzle. But there is a curse lurking among these incredible potential benefits. When trying to work with large companies, startups face many challenges. Navigating the relationship and these challenges in a productive manner requires threading a needle that is often unknown and hard to discover for many founders. Large companies operate at an extremely slow pace when compared to startups. What a startup accomplishes in a week can take a large company months to engage with. Startups can make decisions by getting everyone in a room. Large companies often have torturous and endless approval processes. Decision-making in a startup is usually streamlined and well understood. Navigating a large company can involve numerous people, including many whom a startup will never physically engage with. By chasing relationships with large companies, you run the risk of slowing down. Assuming you successfully close a deal with a large company, you then run the risk of becoming a product development shop for that company. It is natural for a founder to pay attention to what is bringing in revenue and what could potentially lead to an acquisition. But if too much attention is given to the large company, a founder risks abandoning her larger vision in favor of what she is being asked to create by her corporate partner. And while the project you are doing may be life and death for your company, the success of the project is likely irrelevant in the short term to your corporate partner. When Venture Deals was first published, the primary value we were trying to deliver to startup founders was a complete and open approach to helping founders understand how to interact and work with venture capitalists. The book you're listening to fulfills the same goal for startup founders looking to work with large companies. You'll learn many things, including how corporate employees are compensated, what you need to do to initiate and close an enterprise deal, and how to avoid the many pitfalls that await you along the way. Brad Feld, Aspen, Colorado, May 2018. Introduction. The book you're about to listen to is the book I wish I had back when I started my first company. As a 19-year-old college student, I knew next to nothing about how large organizations operate, and the bits I thought I knew were just plain wrong. My company operated in the higher education industry and interacted with large organizations all the time, including public school systems, universities, and companies. Our success, or lack thereof, in these interactions would make or break the company. Like most startup founders, I grappled with how to get our foot in the door with large organizations. Following advice that I found online and through mentors,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?